Hey guys, welcome to this audio commentary. Mr. Boomstick here, and I'm bringing you today another fantastic audio commentary. This deck is freaking awesome, guys, and I hope you'll join me through these two games here. Please do me a favor, if you're new to the channel, please drop a sub and smash that like button if you like what you see and you'd like to implement this deck. So let me talk you through this deck then and why I have decided to run it. Well, I felt for a long time actually that AoE in this game is king. If you've got something like a wizard or the executioner, the witch, anything that does splash damage, AoE damage seems to be really cool and effective in this game. It will trash through minions, it will do serious damage to any kind of clustered unit. So without further ado, I've got a couple of replays here to show you, and we're going to break this deck down a little bit. So here's the first one. Okay, so I refined this deck over the course of a few games, and one of the first things that I noticed was that we needed some kind of tank. So as you can see, I have gone for the ice. I forget what they call it, but it's the kind of the ice giant. So my opponent here goes pretty hard in terms of a rush with the balloon, but the Ice Wizard's slow is just so good, especially at level 2. Like I've got him really powerful against those kind of rushes. So that's one thing again that I had a lot of difficulty with. I really struggled with Lava Loon. But the Ice Wizard is a really nice counter. It just slows everything down and it just gives you enough time to really allow your towers to pick off any incoming threat. So with this particular game, my opponent has gone the bomb tower. So this was interesting because obviously he's going to be using that, trying to prevent me from actually getting to his towers either side. And I knew with mass AoE that was going to be quite difficult. But nevertheless, we plow forward. So as you can see, so much splash damage going on, and I've got the bowler there as well, just just to add insult to injury. And again, the Ice Wizard freezing the bomb tower, just slowing everything down, which is fantastic. So this is not an aggressive deck like the last one, so this is very different to the Hog Rocket Ram deck that I was become most known for. Really, that's a super aggressive deck. I'd say this one is kind of more bide your time and see what happens over the course of the game. So I used the skeleton, and again, the reason I've gone skeleton is because he does drop that almighty bomb, and that can also wipe out an awful lot of his units as well. As you'll see here, it does actually take out the wizard, which is a huge benefit. So I go and drop the bowler again, and rather nicely he pushes the miner away and stops me from taking any damage on my left side tower. So I've managed to take down his left side pretty substantially at this point, and you know it's going really well. I've got the executioner now sort of pumping through his axe. We've got two of these bomb towers. They're not really doing an awful amount of damage. They're just kind of more annoying than anything else at this point. He comes in with another balloon, and probably bad positioning on my part here. You know, I don't quite get that right, but I do manage to clear the threat. Take a bit of damage there on the bomb though, which was unnecessary. So I know at this point in the game that with the increase, the elixir coming through a bit more quickly, I will be able to make a nice push. There is really nothing that he has that's of much danger to me now. I know that I can get past these bomb towers if I get enough AoE in the background and I get a nice tank. So as you can see, it's perfect setup really. I've got the Skelly up front with the bowler behind, followed by loads and loads of splash. So as you can see there, guys, I do pick up the 1 crown win, which is pretty much all we need in this game. So let's go ahead and take a look at the second game I've got for you today, which shows you the strategy. So one of the things I picked up on that last game was that actually what I could really do with is some speed with attack. The skeleton's very slow. The ice mage is also very slow. A lot of these AoE type units, that's the one thing that they lack. So in order to refine your strategy, you want to think about what are your weaknesses and seek to eradicate them. So my strategy in this game was to actually use Rage. Again, very cheap, an excellent card to have in your deck. And just look at the damage that that's doing. 2 AoEs, just causing absolute havoc there. In terms of Elixir, I'm doing really well. And he does have a Hog, and I was a little bit unsure about how I would deal with the Hog, because obviously that is a direct damage card. My AoE splash damage is quite slow in comparison. Makes a bit of a mistake there. He uses his Rage for no real benefit. So I also start to use the Witch, and what you can see me doing here is just building up my attack. So making sure that my tanky units go in the front, and splash damage can sort of sit behind that and start channeling. So I use my Rage there, and as you can see, do get a lot of splash damage from the Witch onto that tower. At this point, relatively even in the game, I would say. The Ice Mage, again, just a nice defensive unit, just sort of doing his thing, strolling to the other side of the map. So in comes the Hog Rider again, and it's not going to cause me too much of a problem. The Executioner makes light work of him. And so it's a good opportunity to really kind of take stock and not. It's about pushing in the right times with this deck. I think you don't want to go mad, but you do want to ensure that you're capitalizing on any advantage that you do get. So the Skelly taking a bit of damage there to the Goblin gang. Bowler is going to be able to dismantle them pretty easy. I do decide to pop a Rage, taking out the Wizard really quickly, and this is where an insane amount of damage is about to go down. Look at the Bowler and the Wizard throwing down some huge damage. I was lucky there in the sense that actually the focus was on the Bowler and not the Wizard, so I was able to get some really nice damage there. I decided to use the Witch to counter the Hog, just with those Skellies coming out, which is probably what I should have done at the start, but again, you're refining the strategy as you go. So far, I've been unbeaten with this deck over the course of about 20 games, so it's doing wonders for me, and I urge you to try it out. AoE splash damage is key. As you can see there, huge push on the left if you've got a nice tank. This would also work well with the Giant. One of my friends was saying, why don't you use Giant, why don't you use Golem? The reason I like using the Skelly is, of course, that bomb that you get that does insane damage and really allows you to clear your pathway. And if it can take out a troop, if it can take out a Wizard like it did in one of those games there, it really is of real value to you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do try this deck out for yourselves. Let me know of any refinements that you think you could add to this. And do feel free to comment below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all of your contributions and all of your advice and your willingness to engage with this new channel. So thank you so much, and it will only grow with more subscribers and more interest, building a community from you guys. So thank you so much. So I look forward to seeing you in the next one.